All right, let's jump right in. We have got a ton of AI news to get through today, and I mean a ton. This is your high-speed flash covering everything you absolutely need to know right now.
Seriously, the pace of development is just insane, isn't it? And today is no exception. We're tracking huge moves from the biggest names in tech, a whole flood of new models that just hit the scene, and some pretty heavy real-world consequences you really need to see. So let's do this.
First up, we're going to look at what feels a lot like corporate spying, and it's happening inside one of the biggest companies on the planet.
Then we're zooming way out to the level of national security, where we're seeing the single biggest investment in AI-powered warfare ever. And we're going to end on a real cliffhanger. We're following the breadcrumbs that might just lead to GPT 5.5, and it could be dropping in a matter of hours. For real.
Okay, first up, the big tech power plays. This isn't just about who can build the coolest model anymore. The real race is for the data and the tools to win, and it is absolutely heating up.
And speaking of that race for data, wow, it is getting intense. Meta just rolled out this new internal program they're calling the Model Capability Initiative. Basically, it's a way to collect real-world data to train their next generation of AI. But how they're collecting it, yeah, that's causing a major stir. I mean, just look at the scope of this program. We are talking about screenshots, every single keystroke, and all mouse activity on US employee work laptops. It's especially focused on developers, capturing their workflows and coding tools, and even in their chats. Now, why are they doing this? Well, this kind of expert real-world data is pure gold for training AI agents to do complex tasks. But here's the real kicker. Employees have reportedly been told there is no way to opt out.
And the timing here is what's really fueling the fire internally. This intense monitoring apparently began just 1 month before 8,000 employees are scheduled to exit the company, leading to some serious backlash from the staff.
So while Meta is looking inward for data, another tech titan is making a massive play for external tools. Elon Musk's SpaceX just struck a deal giving it the right to acquire the AI coding platform Cursor, with a potential valuation of $60 billion. That is a gigantic bet on owning the future of AI-powered development. And you can see Musk's AI strategy playing out across all of his companies. Over at X, the AI model Grok is now being used to create what they call custom timelines. This means premium users can get these feeds that are curated by AI on specific topics, and it's based on Grok actually understanding the content, not just looking for hashtags. It's a really deep integration of AI right into the user experience. Okay, so while the giants are battling it out for position, a whole wave of powerful new models has just been released, and they're really changing the game for everyone.
The Chinese tech giant Alibaba has just open-sourced a new model called Qwen 3.6-27B. And this release, it really signals a major trend that's happening in AI development right now.
Just take a look at this comparison. It's pretty wild. The new model with only 27 billion parameters is actually beating their old flagship model, which had nearly 400 billion parameters and a super complex mixture of experts architecture on all the major coding benchmarks. So the big takeaway here is this. Top-tier performance is getting smaller, more efficient, and a whole lot more accessible.
And the flood of these powerful models just keeps on coming. Xiaomi has dropped MiMo v2.5, and its headline feature is a massive 1 million token context window. It also has native multimodal capabilities, meaning it was built from the ground up to understand more than just text.
And hey, it's not all about raw performance. OpenAI, a name you're going to hear again in a second, just released a new open-weight model that's focused on user safety. It's called the Privacy Filter, and it's designed to protect your private data. Being open-weight means they're sharing the model's key components for other people to use and build on.
And here's why this is so cool. This is a small 1.5 billion parameter model that you can run on your own machine. It works locally to automatically find and redact personal info, like your emails or API keys, before you send that data to a larger AI. And it's available for anyone to try right now over on Hugging Face.
So, we have all this corporate strategy and all this new technology, but what does it actually mean for us? This section looks at the tangible impact of AI, from the anxieties people are feeling in the workplace to the highest levels of government.
A new study from Anthropic on AI anxiety just revealed this paradox they're calling the U-shaped threat. It shows that the people whose jobs are seeing the biggest productivity gains from AI, like junior developers, are also the very same people feeling the most at risk of being replaced. The faster it helps them, the more they worry.
And while individuals are worrying about their jobs, governments are planning on a completely different scale. $54 billion. That's a number so large, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around.
And this number, it represents the Pentagon's budget request for autonomous drone warfare for fiscal year 2027. This isn't science fiction. This is the largest single commitment to AI-powered war in history.
In response to all these growing risks, platforms are trying to create new defensive tools. YouTube has now opened up a system that lets creators upload their likeness, which the platform then uses to automatically scan for and identify unauthorized deepfakes. It's a new way to try and protect your own identity online.
And that brings us to our final and maybe our most exciting piece of news. For weeks, the AI community has been just buzzing with rumors, and now all eyes are locked on OpenAI for what could be their next major move.
Okay, let's look at the trail of clues. It started with some unreleased model names just appearing briefly inside their code. Then, earlier this week, a teaser dropped right before they announced ChatGPT agents. And today, another cryptic teaser has appeared, linked to an internal codename, SPUD, which is widely believed to be GPT 5.5. The community is now speculating that a major release could happen as soon as this Thursday.
From corporate data grabs and new open-source models to the first signs of a new GPT, the entire AI landscape has shifted dramatically in just the past few days. The real question isn't if the next leap is coming, but what is it going to look like when it finally arrives?